name's Denver Smith, and this is my YouTube show called Denver Smith Show. Thanks for watching. Please tell more people to watch. Thank you. This episode is really good. It's with a friend of mine, Josh Fadem. He's an actor and a comedian, and he has been on Twin Peaks and Better Call Saul and Reservation Dogs and some new stuff that hasn't come out yet. What else? He's an expert on film noir, and he hosts a monthly film noir show. And we'll talk about all that stuff. It's a really good episode. Thanks for watching. Keep watching. Thank you. Have a good day.
Did I don't know. I did something last night. I did the Trailer Boys, Sam and Nate Brown's stream, and they asked me to put this green thing on the background there. But I don't know how to get it off.
Now mine's green and yours is green, and so
But yours looks yellow to me, but I'm colorblind.
it would look like we're in the same world or something.
Put a bunch of pic. Did you say pics or dicks?
Dicks.
Dicks. Oh yeah, put a bunch of dicks in there. Yeah. Yeah, here we are, a couple guys with hanging with a bunch of dicks.
Yeah. I
So
try to
what?
keep it like PG-13, so I probably won't do that.
Okay.
So it's like a hard
Yeah.
PG-13.
It's hardcore PG-13. Are we starting now? Okay, great,
Something like that.
great.
So Josh Fadem, thank you for coming on my YouTube show.
Yeah, my
Um,
pleasure.
it's called Denver Smith Show.
Denver Smith Show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been working on it for like a while now. This is the
yeah,
11th episode. I think you're gonna
yeah.
do the 11th
We've
episode.
been trying to make this happen for a long time, so we're finally making it happen.
I feel like Brian Williams, he had that show called The 11th Hour, but this is the 11th episode.
When you said Williams, I thought Wilson, like from the
No,
Beach Boys. I
no,
thought
totally different
Brian
guy.
Williams from the Beach Boys.
No,
You know,
from NBC News.
yeah, the Beach Boys. Brian Williams. When Brian Wilson was on NBC News, he was the
He was
best.
the best anchorman.
Yeah. And his daughter was on the show Girls,
Carnie.
and she was in Wilson Phillips.
Yeah, I love Carnie. I used to watch her show. Did you ever watch Carnie? The show?
Girls,
Carnie,
don't you know my reference is the HBO show?
did she have
Uh,
an HBO show?
no, the HBO show Girls starred Brian Williams'
Oh,
daughter.
that's true. But
Yeah,
not Carnie Wilson.
maybe. I guess I didn't watch Girls either. So
I saw it a little bit.
yeah, I liked when Carnie Wilson was on Girls and Wendy.
Yeah, they were sisters, right? But
Yeah,
no,
China
Wilson
Phillips,
Yeah, I saw her once at a restaurant, and she's married to one of the
Billy,
Baldwin
Billy
brothers.
Baldwin. She's married to Billy Baldwin.
Yeah, I saw them at a restaurant one time.
Did you talk to him?
Nope. But I got in a fight with one of the other Baldwin brothers on Twitter one time.
Which one?
The one that's like real right wing. The one who's the father-in-law of Justin Bieber.
Oh, that's Stephen. Yeah, I always assumed Stephen must be like a stinker, but then I watched an interview with Stephen, and there was just some interview with Stephen Baldwin talking about working on movies, and I watched it, and I was like, he might be some like born again right winger guy, but I like him. I mean, I don't have to hang out with him and get proselytized or anything. He's just kind of seemed like a funny guy.
I don't know that much about him except for he like got in a fight with me on Twitter one time.
Why?
Because I think he's like a big Trumper person, and sometimes I would get in fights with Trumper people
Was this in recent years on Twitter?
during the first Trump administration.
Yeah, that's rough. I got off there a long time ago.
Yeah, I got off eventually, but it took, I don't know. I still go to therapy about it.
About that particular fight, or some of
No,
your
just
some.
in like other Twitter fights I was in. like one with Dr. Drew.
So you picked fights with celebrities?
Only a couple times.
What'd you pick one with Dr. Drew about? Have you covered this a lot on your show?
No, I haven't. I haven't admitted this at all. Um,
What was did is Dr. Drew? It's weird. Dr. Drew popped in my head today. It's weird that you would mention Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew or Dr. Phil?
Dr. Drew
Okay.
from Bloodline.
Yeah, love line. So he's like not a good guy anymore, huh?
Well, he's like a real questionable doctor now, and he kind of came like he came on my radar because I had a joke about him, like right when the pandemic started,
Yeah.
like right before, like I went to an open mic like the night before everything closed down or something, and I got to tell this joke, and I was really proud of myself. I said, yeah, I'm not that worried about COVID because I saw Dr. Drew on TV, and he said you could only get it from doing anal.
That's a good joke.
I saw him on TV like saying, "Don't worry about COVID. It's like not as serious as the
I
flu."
remember that. Yeah, that's a funny little nostalgic time capsule.
Doesn't hurt anybody. That should be the headline. Way less serious than influenza. That's the headline.
And then so like a couple years later, I was wondering like whatever happened to Dr. Drew. He was way worse.
Did he find out about your joke? And he was like, that's not a funny joke. He didn't like the joke.
Way.
I mean, it wasn't about me, but he should, he seemed smart enough to know that that's a good joke. Dr. Drew shouldn't be mad at you for that joke.
I
Well,
mean,
my red flag for Dr. Drew was I get all these, or used to get all these like ads on YouTube. Some of them I don't see anymore, but um, one of them features Dr. Drew in like athleisure wear, gym shorts,
is it the
and
one
he's
where
all
it's for
kind of
like muscle pills or something?
well, he's all just kind of jacked, and it's him going, "This is a metabolism killer. This 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 is a metabolism killer." Like just pointing all these foods, you know? And and a lot of those ads are so funny because they their whole goal is to keep you watching. They don't actually get to anything, you know? And there's another one which features this guy and he's acting like he's mad at you. He's handsome. He's often got his shirt off and he's saying, "Okay, I am not eating that." Or he's like, "Look at me. I'm eating pizza every day. I like pizza. I eat pizza. And you crazy if you think," and then he points to like a salad, "if you think I'm eating that rabbit food." You think he's going to get to some point, but it just kind of keeps you watching so that, you know, whatever they can, who
Yes, he's
knows what
got.
happens at the end of that video. It's just like, I can't sit through this the whole time, just get to the point. That's all YouTube ads is that they like make these 30-minute videos where someone says like, "So, you want to learn about weight loss?"
I think you're getting all the ones where they're like trying to get you ripped or something.
Maybe. Well, I probably was complaining about my weight a lot a few years ago when I was getting them, and then I lost weight because I stopped eating sugar. And so then I started getting a bunch of reels about A1Cs and, you know, your A1C and keeping your blood sugar down and stuff like that.
I thought
But
you
then
were
I
gonna say
also
A1 sauce.
A1 sauce, yeah. To keep down your A1C, you need Heinz A1 sauce. Yeah, when I heard of A1C, I just thought of A1 barbecue sauce. Oh, well, I can eat plenty of that. That's delicious.
I love A1 sauce. It's one of my favorite sauces.
It's got a real fun flavor to it, doesn't it? It's kind of
Yeah.
Worcestershire.
See, it's very similar to Worcestershire, but it's like stronger, thicker.
Yeah. Yeah, it's thicker. And it's Heinz. Boy, Heinz really has 57 sauces. Can you believe that?
I
How
mean,
come
they
we're only
say
getting
that.
like how come we're only getting like 5 or 6 of them? What's going on here?
And is anybody holding them to that number?
I think they've made 57 sauces in their Heinz, maybe even more at this point. But they when they got to Heinz 57 sauce, they'd at least made 57. But
I
what
think
I
there's
want to
one
know
that's
is
just called 57 sauce. Like there's like
I think they're
ketchup and there's mayonnaise and stuff, and then there's one that's just called 57 sauce.
yeah, but I think Heinz makes A1, doesn't it?
Maybe I can go check the label.
I think it's Heinz. Oh yeah, you got it right here. You must be in the kitchen. Is it Heinz? Let me see that label. Get it, put it in front of your face because it's being blocked out. Heinz, it's put it in front of your face like this. Okay, original sauce, 1862. Uh, I can't see the brand that makes it. I think that Shakes Well. It doesn't say in the what the corporation is or whatever, Heinz Corporation or something.
Let's see. Visit us at a1original.com.
This,
Distributed by International Gourmet Specialties, P.O. Box something in Pittsburgh.
wow. Okay,
But
I
Pines
just
is
looked
also
it
in
up.
Pittsburgh.
Okay, I just Googled it. Is A1 sauce Heinz? And then it says, yes, Kraft Heinz produces A1 sauce in North America. So Heinz is A1.
Okay,
Heinz
now
is
we know.
A1. We learned that. I knew it. I knew it
It's kind
already.
of like Converse and Nike, like they act like they're two different companies.
Are they the same company?
They are the same company.
Have they always been the same company, or did they
No,
merge at some
they
point? Someone
merged like in the 90s or something.
did Nike buy Converse?
Yes. Like,
Yeah.
it's funny if you go to like an outlet mall, like
Yeah,
there'll be a Nike store and a Converse store, and they make them look like they're totally separate,
like they're competitors.
but there's like a door in between them or something.
Yeah. Now, what? So in the 90s, are you having a beer, Budweiser?
Yeah, I drink a Budweiser. It's good.
I
It's like
like a Bud Light, but I also don't drink right now.
because
It's
it's
the sugar thing.
March.
I just don't want anything sugar, you know? I don't want anything that's going to get converted to glucose.
Yeah.
Because this is a metabolism killer. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's your YouTube show or your podcast that you
I started a new
started?
podcast show that you can listen to or watch to
And
called
it's
Here
called
Come
Here
the
Comes the
Details.
Details.
Here Come the Details. You like that name?
I like it. It's very local news, like
Yeah.
film at 11.
Yeah, here come the details. You got it. I think you might be the first person to get the aesthetic I think I'm going for.
I loved there was in Houston there was the news at 5 was called Live at 5, and they would do an ad like during the 3 o'clock $1 million movie.
Coming up after Howard the Duck.
They would always have like Jerry Lewis week and Godzilla week.
Yeah,
But you're also doing like a film noir show in Tulsa.
I do a monthly screening night of noir films in Tulsa at a place called Circle Cinema. It's local art house, indie theater, and
Cool. Say it again. What's the name of it?
it's called Circle Cinema, and it's noir night. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest here. It's the most popular night the theater has.
Do you pick the movies?
I pick them. I make a video intro. I post the video intro on YouTube as well. Now, yes. So we show movies. Sometimes they're kind of under the banner of a private or an unannounced screening, and sometimes we get 35 millimeter prints. And I get to be my own little Eddie Muller, Ben Mank.
Yeah, the guy that does like the Noir Alley.
Oh yeah, I love him,
Welcome back to Noir Alley.
What's his name?
Eddie Muller.
Yeah, that guy's good.
Yeah, I feel like one of the few people I probably like get starstruck around.
Have you met that guy?
No, I haven't met he or Ben Mank, though back in the days of Twitter, Ben Mank did follow me. Ben Mankiewicz did follow me back, and he even replied to a tweet of mine or two.
I got to work at a restaurant where Leonard Maltin came one time.
That's pretty cool. Did you talk to Leonard Maltin?
I told him I was a fan,
What
and
did he say?
he was like happy.
That's cool. Yeah,
He
I like Leonard Maltin. I got a ding. Did you hear that ding?
no.
You know how the laptops ding sometimes?
Hmm.
Yeah. He's a guy who's like he's like heartwarming, or he makes you feel good, you know?
Yeah.
He's like a safe presence. Like, hi, I'm Leonard Maltin. I can't do an impression of him, but he's just got that he's got that, like, he seems like a cozy guy.
He's one of the few people I felt like comfortable enough to say like I was a fan. Like
Yeah.
most of the time I just pretend I don't know who people are.
Yeah, I'm interested in the subject of getting starstruck or getting excited by someone of note, you
Yeah.
know?
I always
It's
get starstruck, like, and I always kind of try to pretend I don't know who they are.
Do you think it comes from being like a kid who watched a lot of TV in Texas? A
Yeah,
lot
I
of,
wasn't in Hollywood, so there wasn't like celebrities every day like walking
yeah.
away, you know?
And you found your own stuff. You got into cool music. You got into cool movies. I'm watching Rhonda Shear and Gilbert Gottfried up all
Up all
night.
night.
And USA Up All Night continues with Vice Academy 3. Let's get to it right now.
Maybe right before I moved to California, my dad used to sell stuff on eBay all the time. Like he'd go to estate sales and he'd sell and buy stuff on eBay. He like befriended Rhonda Shear and
Wow.
for a brief minute, I think. And then I emailed with Rhonda Shear. I remember emailing with Rhonda Shear and being like 20 years old and being like, oh my God, Rhonda Shear responded to my email,
I know, that's a big deal. I used to
And it
watch
was
that.
yeah, that was a big deal. And in my mind, I'm like, I was a fan of comedy and I was a fan of movies and I was a fan of like weird movies, underground movies, and she was a stand-up comedian in the 80s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and she was on USA Network up all night. Like I
All
used to
night.
watch that at my mom's house on Friday nights. Like I would go to
Yeah.
Blockbuster, and then that would be like kind of the backup plan would be USA up all night.
Yeah, well, we got up all night if you didn't find anything at Blockbuster.
Or if you watch all the movies and then you're still up
Right,
all
and then
night.
you're still not going to bed.
I think I would be almost more starstruck if I saw like Kevin Seal.
Fasten your seatbelts, music lovers, as we go on another 120-minute trip through the music underground.
One of the people I was like the most starstruck by was this woman who hosts a podcast called You Must Remember This.
Karina Longworth?
Yeah. She was with
Yeah.
her husband, who was like Star Wars guy, director and everything.
Ryan Johnson?
Yeah,
Karina Longworth and Ryan Johnson are married? I didn't know that.
I believe so, yes.
Wow.
But I kind of didn't, I wasn't starstruck by him at all, but I was like super
Yeah, who
starstruck by
cares?
her.
We want to hear about what the film historian has to say.
I
I
know.
listened to a Kalina Longworth podcast about Joan Bennett and Walter Wanger. Joan Bennett was an actress, a noir actress. She was in Scarlet Street, Woman in the Window, the Reckless Moment. Anyway, her husband was a big producer, Walter Wanger, and I think he caught her in bed with her agent, Jennings Lang.
Wow, you know everyone's name.
It's just the type of brain I have. One of them shot the other one in the dick or something like that. Oops, PG-13. One of them shot the other one in the private parts. I've been wearing this hat. It's been cold and then it just warmed up, but I like this hat. Did you ever get to watch Out of the Past?
Yes, I just watched it like yesterday.
I think it's a little overrated.
I liked it, but it was hard to follow the story.
Yeah, that's the case with a lot of film noir. I watched a lot of film noir. So let's see. Out of the Past, as best I can remember. Well, first of all, let me say Out of the Past is a classic film noir. It's not one of my favorites. It's sort of
Robert
considered
Mitchum.
Robert Mitchum, Kirk Douglas, Jane
Mhm.
Greer, and it's directed by Jacques Tourneur. And Jacques Tourneur, who came out of directing films for Val Lewton. Um, he did
Was he from France or just his father?
probably. I don't know that much. I know that he directed. I believe he directed Cat People. So anyway, Robert Mitchum has got some past where he did something something messed up, and then he tries to like go somewhere else to like a smaller town outside of LA, I think, and then basically Kirk Douglas is like a rich jerk or something like
He's
that.
like a gambler, like a kingpin of like a bookie
Yeah,
kind of
Jane
guy.
Greer like pits them up against each other, and there's a stylish scene where they're punching, and she's like,
Yeah.
Don't try to pay me off with pitch handed to you with this cheap piece of baggage. I was hoping you'd do this.
But I think that movie's just it's not my favorite of the noir films. You know what I mean?
Can you recommend one for me that's like super dark? That's like I want a noir to be like dark. Like
What's a dark movie in your mind?
I don't know. Like what's the one where the guy's in the tunnel the whole time, like in the sewer?
He Walked by Night.
Yeah, probably.
You
Something
want
like
something
that.
like He Walked by Night. You should go to my YouTube channel and watch some of my video intros and see what get some good recommendations. One that you might like, An Act of Violence. That's kind of a dark one. It's got Robert Ryan. Another one that you might like, The Setup. It's a boxing movie and it's kind of cynical. Another one that you might like that's a little bit. Sometimes the plots can get a little preposterous, but you might like this one called Hollow Triumph with Paul Henreid. There's a fun one called Crime Wave that is real pulpy,
I
and
saw
it's
one the other day that was what was it called? The Beat Generation.
I've seen that one, and it's got Mila Nurmi in it. She's Vampira. Any big things that we were talking about that we haven't gotten to?
I was gonna say like my favorite thing that I think I ever saw you do was when you were on Reno 911.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I don't know why I love that one so much.
I used to do a lot of the falling down stuff and throwing myself around stuff, and then I got that became like a little calling card of mine. And then when I auditioned for Reno 911, they really wanted me to do. They were like, "What if you were handcuffed and you just were like throwing yourself around trying to get unhandcuffed?" And I was like, "Okay." They patted me up, but I just like went for it. And I remember I was rolling around on we shot so much stuff, they cut together like what a 1 minute scene out of it or something like that. But I think I probably just trashed this room for like 10 minutes straight. I just remember the actress Carrie Kinney, who is on Reno 911 and she was in the state and stuff like that. I remember I I didn't know she was like entering, and I shoved a whole bunch of stuff off a shelf. And I remember she's like entering and she like went like that, and I was like, oh, thank God I didn't just like hit her with all this stuff because I didn't know that she was walking in and I just like shoved all this stuff off a shelf. That's a strong memory of that where I was like, dear God, that would have been awful if I'd hit an actor. Because I try to be pretty cautious with, I always tried to be more cautious with other people rather
Then
than
what?
cautious with myself.
Yeah.
So that's my big strong memory of shooting that. And I probably wouldn't do that sort of thing today.
I've been on a movie marathon myself, like trying
What do you watch?
to like since so I don't get in fights on Twitter and stuff, and
That's good.
I've been
Healthy.
trying to not watch the news, so I've just been watching like movies.
Yeah. Like
But I
what
watched
are some of the best ones you watched recently?
The Apprentice. That was pretty
Oh, well, you
good.
can't watch that if you're like, I'm trying to not watch the news. So what'd you watch? The Donald Trump biopic?
I don't know how much time. Can you see how much time we have left? Because I can't see.
It says 3 minutes and 59 seconds.
Okay. Well, like, what's some other stuff that you've been doing lately? Like, is there some stuff like if people wanted to watch you in something that you did? I know you were in Reservation Dogs.
Yeah, Reservation Dogs, and there's a new show shooting in Oklahoma from the creator of Reservation Dogs, Sterlin Harjo, and it's called the Sensitive Kind, unless they change it. And I did a couple episodes of that, and that I don't know when it'll air, but it's shooting now, and it's gonna be great. It's got a great cast in it. But I did a character on it, and I was in an episode of this show, the Creep Tapes, which is on Shudder and AMC Plus, and there's like these movies directed by Patrick Bryce, and he made these movies Creep with Mark Duplass. But this podcast has been kind of my passion project. Like I'm working on it every day.
So tell us about that. Like, where can people find it? Like,
You can
what's
find it on youtube.com. Here Come the Details. follow at Here Come the Details on Instagram. You can also listen on Apple and Spotify and all the places people listen to stuff, but we're doing some strange stuff visually. Like we shot an episode in a snow blizzard.
I
You
saw
know,
that. I
we
saw a
shot
clip
an
of that.
episode on like the rooftops of buildings, across with other people and
All I have is a green screen.
well, the sky's the limit, Certain people are, I don't know, just trying to play with the form. We're playing with the form. You see right here? This is us
Yeah.
like playing
I
with the
mean,
form.
this is my version of it, which is,
Yeah.
kind of
You do
lame,
what
but
you're able to do. The last 8 minutes were missing. And I was like, what do I do? And I'm bugging everyone and bugging everyone like, how can I figured it out, but it was a miserable 48 hours trying to
I'm,
figure it out. It's like, why am I even doing this for a few hundred people are gonna watch the goddamn thing? Why am I even doing this? And then as soon as I did it and I put it together, I was like, yes.
I know it's so satisfying though when you're finished.
Yes, and then you got to go and do it again. Well, it says less than a minute, so if it cuts off, let me just rattle off some recommendations for you. Gun Crazy, The Asphalt Jungle, Odds Against Tomorrow, Somewhere in the Night, The Blue Gardenia, 14 Hours.
Thank you, Josh. It's gonna cut off probably in just a second, but thank you for coming on my YouTube show.
Yeah, let's do it again.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad we finally pulled it off. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye, Denver.
Bye.